I'm sure there'll be offspring parties happening right around Australia tonight. The popular series on 10 is coming to its season finale. It's one of the few television dramas that's been filmed right here in Melbourne, I think Collingwood. And tonight's show will bring an end to the 5th season. That brings with it some problems, though. Asha Keddy stars as Nina. Nina's sister is the bold and brassy Billy Proudman, played by Kat Stewart. Good afternoon to you. Oh, hang on. Let's just have a listen.
You're probably wondering if what you think happened last night.
Ooh.
It did. I went to Mick and we made love.
You walked out of here last night and you come back today telling me you made love to another man. What do you think I'm feeling? I just need you to leave.
I'm so ashamed about the way that I...
Don't! I need you to leave.
Ooh, that's
Oh, I know, I
serious.
feel really bad.
I don't want to talk to you now. Now you've done that.
I'm getting quite a bit of flack out there. Some people are very angry about this whole Lawrence situation.
And good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hi, Dennis.
Nice to have you on the show. It's been an incredible success, but with that success comes a bit of a problem ongoing. Do we have any idea, or do you have any idea, whether there's going to be another series?
We hope so, but I don't know.
No decision.
No decisions. Well, I think they're definitely trying to make it happen behind the scenes. But I think part of it is that when you get to a certain amount of episodes, we lose a whole lot of tax breaks and all that sort of stuff. So I think it's quite complicated, but I hope so.
And those tax breaks have helped to develop what's one of our most successful series. Yeah,
It's a great thing. It'd be nice if it went for a bit longer, but we'll see. But in the meantime, this episode, for those who watch the show, would know that it's been this series has been quite sad because we lost Matt Lenavez's character Patrick, and there's been a lot of mourning for Patrick. But this is a really lovely way to tie up this particular season. It's a year on. It's a year since he died, and a year. It's Zoe's first birthday, the baby's first birthday. So it's a really positive, fun episode with a lot of shenanigans, and it's very upbeat.
With the sort of uncertainty about whether there is going to be another series, does that cause you enormous problems like planning for your career?
It can. It's kind of. It's part of the beast, really. Like I basically the end of each series, and the one exception was the previous series because we had two commissioned at once. But generally, I assume the last episode of a series is the last, and anything else is a bonus. And you just get used to it.
Difficult, isn't it?
No, it's not ideal, but that's part of the industry.
Billy's sister Nina going through a complicated time in tonight's, lots of complicated times in tonight's episode. Can you understand that?
Oh, well,
All the bits and pieces to do with Nina?
Oh yeah, I think she's had an amazing journey, and Asha Keddy, who plays Nina, does an extraordinary job. She's dealing with the fallout of her partner dying and grappling with this newborn and a crazy workplace and an insane family, which I'm a very loud member. So and one of the great joys of this series has been that the two sisters have been living together this series. So I've done much more with Ash than usual. So no, we've had an absolute ball, and I think she's done an amazing job.
And it gets inside relationships, and that's not necessarily something that's been done well, perhaps, until Offspring on Australian telly. It's really done well.
Yeah, I think people have responded to it really well, partly because it's a real celebration of family and the fact that they're messy, but the heart of the show, it's a very generous show. And the characters, even though they're wildly inappropriate and they get it wrong a lot of the time, it comes from a place of genuine affection and love. So I think that's something that people enjoy.
96900 693. Would you be happy to take calls?
Yeah, sure.
Great. If you would like to ask a question of Kat Stewart or just have a chat, 96900 693. What's it like filming in and around Collingwood? It is Collingwood, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Collingwood, Fitzroy, Brunswick. That side of town. Oh, I love it. I love Melbourne, but I've been introduced to so many different bars and cafes and shops and just areas of Melbourne that I didn't really know about until doing this show, and it's sort of a second home now. I spend a lot of time there by choice.
Billy, the character, is a black sheep in the family. Were you a black sheep?
No. I think that's a pretty harsh assessment of Billy's situation. But no. Well, at the beginning, certainly at the beginning, she was very much the black sheep. But I sort of feel like over the last 5 series, she was a very spiky, obnoxious character to start with. And I think over time, she's sort of warmed up a lot and we've got to understand her a bit better. So I don't, but also I'm barracking for my character, so I'm never going to see that way.
Tommy, good afternoon. You're speaking with Kat Stewart.
G'day, Kat. How you going?
I'm good, Tommy. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm a massive fan, and you wouldn't believe it. You were my nephew's mum in The Slat.
Oh, Blake.
Ah.
Yeah, Blake. Yeah, when he told me a couple of years ago, I was absolutely stoked. I couldn't believe it.
Blake is a champion. He's so good. Yeah, he's a lovely nephew.
That was an excellent show.
I must say, I love doing that show, and Blake was extraordinary.
You've had some wonderful roles as Roberta Williams in Underbelly. Your Working Dog cast you in The Speechmakers, which was another area to your career. Well, which one's been the favourite? Or is that difficult?
Oh, I sort of fall in love with whatever I'm doing at the time. So I must say I'm really close to Offspring at the moment, and I've spent so long doing it. We've been doing it off and on for 5 years. But I love doing Roberta. That was an amazing experience.
Did you meet with her?
I didn't. And actually, part of me really wishes I had, but it wasn't an option at the time. And so, yeah, that was actually why I sort of felt that I couldn't reprise the role, because all that time had passed, 7 years, 6 years. And because I hadn't met her, it was a work of imagination. And then we all learnt so much more about Roberta. And so I thought, I can't do that same version.
And you had seen so much of her. She seemed to be on the news every night for a long period there.
And I thought I'd need to start from scratch and build it from the ground up and do a very different character. And I thought, oh no, that's not going to work. So yeah.
What is next? Can you tell me what's next for Cat Stewart? Because you've got a lot of fans. I've had emails non-stop since I announced at 12:10 that you were on the program. All positive, all love you.
Oh, that's lovely. Well, and I'm keeping an open mind, Dennis. We'll see what happens with Offspring, and I'm not sure what my next move will be, but I'm open-minded. We'll see. There are a few things floating around.
Actually, I was talking about, when I mentioned that before, about you planning where you're going as to whether there's going to be another series. So many people involved. Asher, the work. I mean, there's piles of actors, technicians. It's
writers.
It's a very important thing for the industry.
It employs a lot of people. Yeah.
Working with Lockie Hume, who sent his regards to me and hello back.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I love Lockie. I think I first worked with Lockie about 10 years ago. We played husband and wife in Jeffrey Wright's Macbeth. We didn't have any dialogue, but he tells me I was his first screen kiss, which is great. And then we've worked together on Offspring, but barely. We never actually get much dialogue together, but we just did Speechmaker at MTC together, and again we had no dialogue, but he's just such great company. I love him. I'd love to actually get to work with him, not just be in the same production, but work with him more.
Well, pass on regards back to him.
I will.
If you would, Kat, it's great to have you on the program. Congratulations on Offspring. It's been one of our all-time success stories, and people can watch it tonight on Channel 10 at 8:45.
Thanks, Dennis.
Good on you. Thank you.